Hello and welcome to this Let's Talk of the second part of World War Z, which I've already seen the movie. Of course, you know I've read the book, and we're gonna talk a bit more about the whole aspects of the movie book thing. Which, in the end, if I was to recommend someone to see it, I would. It was a good movie within its own right. It was entertaining that I have found. I mean that's what entertainment is. Finding of what truthfully entertains you. It's not whether it's good or it's bad. Is it you liked it or you didn't, which I did. I liked the movie. It was interesting. Now, granted, as I stated in the last one about how what commonality the movie has to the book is that it only has the title and the fact that it's about zombies. Period. It's from what I assumed from the movie, from seeing the trailers before seeing the movie. Except, unlike the book, the movie doesn't have slow-moving zombies. It's all fast, rapid stuff. And, it doesn't look like they took a page from the book in any part of what story they were going for. Too much. I mean, they had the supposed Great Panic, which is in the beginning of the movie. But I just didn't see any aspects of what character they were trying to go for the movie off the book. Didn't seem like they were going for any. Of course, I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've read the book, and I also have it on audio form. Which is, I mean, if you go to audible.com and get it there, they have, I'm not sure which, if they have multiple versions. I know I got one version in which they have multiple people playing the multiple roles. It's, pretty entertaining. If I was ever to recommend the book or the audio, I would, dude. It is an amazing book. I mean, don't just get the audio if you want to really find yourself really immersed in the world. Also get the book itself, because I have the book and audio, and I mean, you can take differently from both aspects as well. Take differently from the movie. In all forms of those versions of World War Z, you will find major amounts of entertainment from my aspects. I like them all individually for what they were made to be. In the movie, unless you don't want any spoilers in the movie, the only time in which they ever become slow moving is when it's been stated that they are docile. They have no reason to be moving fast around. They do not find any contacts in humans. They're just, in stasis almost. Now, there's so much about the movie itself that I found entertaining. It was, it had a couple of course jump scares, as any, supposed to thriller movie would. It has a couple of jump scares. It has the concept behind it all, and what they were going for was pretty good. The movie would have made so much more money, been seen better. Instead of saying it was based off the book, because it clearly wasn't, is to go and state as, they had some inspiration from the book. I didn't say, we're making the movie based off the book and use pretty much none of the material from the book. At all. But in the end, it was still an amazing movie. It was entertaining. I found myself immersed in the story. Granted, it was a interesting story, because they were trying to say, they're trying to find the origin of this whole outbreak, what caused it, where it came from, what they can do, if they can try to find a cure, or whatever. In the end, the whole plot, it was pretty interesting. The way it ended kind of took a basis from the book almost, but it was still a good movie in its own right. If they just would have called it something else, said they got inspiration from the book, gave a homage to the book, it would have done amazingly. It was It was a good movie. I recommend watching it. As far as the book, which we have already talked about, link in the description. But if you want to just have a quick description of it, it's pretty much of a gentleman who was working for like some form of government, going around the world talking to people and their stories about how they were before their outbreak, what they were doing during the outbreak, and how they tried to survive as the outbreak was progressing, as everything was happening. It's a really good read. It took me a while to. I tried reading it before the movie came out, and I did. So it took a while for me to see the movie because I loved the book so much. I just didn't want to feel like the movie ruined the book for me, which it didn't. I went in with the whole idea of, it's just a movie about zombies, and I came out entertained. It was a really thrilling, robbing movie. I'm not sure those correct wordings, but it was a good movie. Now, as for the audio book, as I stated, it has multiple people reading the multiple parts. I mean, if you feel like you don't want to read the book, but you still want to find some form of entertainment from it, if you want to understand the story and everything what's going on, you can just do it via audiobook. Whenever you feel like you're just doing stuff that you don't have time to read a book, that's right there. I did it with the Hunger Games. I gotta do it with Mockingjay because the second movie's coming up soon. I'm not sure if it's Mockingjay or the other one, Catching Fire. I think it is the second movie. But yeah, I got those on audio form. I could listen to those. Not just because the movie's coming up, but just because I want to know the story. Because the first book was, when I just listened to it, it was an amazing story concept of it all. But back to what we were talking about, World War Z. I don't see why the movie shouldn't be considered a good movie. Outside of granted they fucked up and said it's based off the book, because it only took a couple concept ideas from the book to the movie. I would have loved to have seen so many of those stories just brought to life, I can't remember what the gentleman's name was. There was this Japanese kid who was living in this a huge I wouldn't say apartment complex. It's one of those good sized story high kind of apartment area. And he had to find his way down to get away from all the zombies and stuff. I thought that was a good story itself, and the whole gentleman about using dogs to sniff out zombies and everything. That story was wow. That part of it, it was something else. But I would recommend it all. The book, the audio book, the movie. Hands down, I found myself entertained in it all. And I hope the movie here coming out on DVD soon. Oh, it already is. Yeah, it's already on DVD. All that stuff. I hope it gives it good sales because it deserves it. The movie was entertaining. It was great. I enjoyed it. Granted, there was a few things it could have done better. Could have also done worse. But it should be seen by people. It should be recognized as a good, entertaining movie. And I thank you for watching and listening to me ramble on, probably saying the same stuff over and over again. Going back to playing me some GTA 5. I should have some videos coming up for this kind of a let's play thing happening. But thank you, and as always, have fun.